Hi, it's Rachel with Hilo, and today she and I are going to be working on healing. I did an introduction to healing with Hannah, and she did a really great job. And I have done the walking practice with both of them at the same time, and once they're able to walk loosely on the leash correctly, together they will also be able to do healing together, which will be a good thing for you to have a little bit more control over them when you need it. But of course, anything that you want the dogs to do together, at first you have to teach it to them separately. So it's time for Hilo to play catch up and get her heel training. So it was my mistake. I walked Hannah on my left side last time when you want the dogs on the right. So today, Hilo's healing practice will be on the right side. So for heel, you don't have a super tight leash on the dog, but it is a lot closer than the loose leash walking. So you'll have your leash, and depending on how much guidance you need to give her with the leash, you want a loose leash that makes a nice J shape like this. And we'll see how she does. Now I have treats for the healing. Whenever we start off, she's in a sit. We go and she needs to be right by me the entire time, not pulling ahead or lagging behind or going off to the side. And whenever we stop, she's supposed to sit as well. So I'll use the treats to bait her forward if she's having trouble walking correctly, and I'll use the treats to bait her up into a sit if she needs it. So we're just gonna get started, and I'll pull her in. Good girl. Sit. Good, sit. Good girl. Okay, so it's easiest to have the leash in the opposite hand. So if she's on your right side, have the leash in your left hand. And you can control the slack with this hand, or if you're going to be using treats, have the leash completely in your left hand and use the treat in your right. So lead with your left leg, the leg closest to the dog. As you step forward, heel is a moving command. So as you step forward, you say heel. You can kind of slap your hip or your leg to get her to follow you up. So heel. Job with that. So she didn't have the best attention span. She was still kind of looking all over, but one of the things with a smart breed like this is that she can be doing other things and still listening to you. She was still paying attention to my verbal corrections, so me telling her to heel or telling her sometimes she was getting a little too far away from me, and she was responsive to just a little pull on the leash from the side, so it brings her in towards me a little bit. And she's good at sitting on her own. The first two sits I did, I baited her up with a treat, and the last sit, she started doing this sit up all on her own. So she's definitely a quick learner, so that's really great. As you can see at the end when I was kind of doing circles with her, turning it in to the right, you can see I was kind of lifting my leg up. Come here, Hilo. So it's kind of going like this and moving her over like that. That's just so that she becomes a bit more aware of me and where I am, because when you're turning into the dog, a lot of times they're still walking forward and you're trying to turn into them, so you aren't able to get good sharp turns. You aren't able to turn right when you want to. So by lifting your leg up like this and kind of pushing out, that gets her attention. It pushes her head to the side, and so you're able to get your body over there instead of trying to walk into her body. By doing this, you're moving her head first, and then you're able to get through there. Also, it kind of teaches her to pay attention to me and where I'm going, and also it teaches her the proper distance. So I don't want her, like this far away necessarily, but I also don't want her right here to where I can't walk where I need to walk. So if she's ever getting too far ahead of you, it's easy to just go into doing right hand turn circles. So where you just keep on going around and getting your leg into her. You're not kicking her or anything, you're just taking her spot, kind of. And so that will be a good way to get her attention and get her to focus again. So she's doing really great. We're going to just continue what we're doing. She doesn't really need the treat for bait when we're going along. She likes it when she sits, but she's not really paying attention to it while we're walking. Hilo, come here. Sit. Good sit, good girl. Hilo. Hilo. Good girl. Good heel. Good job, Hilo. Good girl. Good heel. Good girl, Hilo. All right, she did really great there. As we were coming back that last time, she kind of had to lunge for a fly, so that's why I corrected her by turning back and doing a little bit of circles. But she did a really great job. Already, she's doing better at following closely with me. When I did the loose leash walking with her and Hana together, first of all, dogs do really have a pack mentality, so they feed off of each other's energy. So she was probably more excited with Hana here anyway, but she was walking a lot better just now than she was when I took her out with Hana. So that's good. She just needs a little bit of practice, and she's a very fast learner. Also, she's sitting perfectly when I stop without me having to ask her to. So that's really good. Always insist on that, even if you're not heeling, just doing regular old loose leash walking where you're giving her the whole leash. It's a good idea to always teach the dogs to sit whenever you stop so that you have control of them. And if you stop and want to talk to friends you see on the walk or something, that they're sitting there respectfully. She did a really great job, and I'm really impressed to see how quickly she picks things up. This was Rachel and Hilo, and we're working on healing.